Good morning. Suzanne and I thought that we would just give you a video update of what's going on over in the west side. With the access being so restricted, we know that very few people have been able to see what's going on. So we wanted to just do a walkthrough so you can see how things are going. So this is the old southwest entrance that had the covered drive-through. That's been removed. The doors will be in a little bit different position. They'll be more like about right here when we get done. That way we'll have an overhang, most likely with a shed type roof, to where it'll be an area of cover when people are coming and going or getting picked up in this direction. The biggest change will be coming in this way is where the old corridor was to go up towards the sanctuary. It now gets moved about 20 feet and will be right in here and go that way into part of what was part of the original fellowship hall. And that's been changed. We did that because it'll allow a lot more room, allows us to build classrooms over in this west wing, which you'll see in a little bit. And walking out here, what used to be the courtyard is now going to be a raised roof, and will be an extension of our old fellowship hall and give us a lot bigger space in here. They're in the process of putting up the steel columns for the roof area and like that. So it'll end up being very similar, but larger, like the fishbowl is over on the east side, you know, where we have so many children's activities. We've had adult activities in there. So that's what this area will be. It will also have high windows around it, similar to what the east side has as well. So see, it'll be a lot bigger. This over here, where the concrete stops, is where the old window wall was on the south side of the fellowship hall. They've already demolished that to make room for the steel structure and have plywood in there to keep it weatherized, and then have the large jacks up in there that are supporting that side of the roof that you should be able to see there. Then as we come over here, we'll go into the new classrooms. This is going to be the new classroom for the, help me out, Suzanne.
High school youth.
The high school youth in here. So they'll have a very large room in here. These windows, when the courtyard gets enclosed, then at some point they'll remove all this, and that wall moves about 10 feet to the east to meet the new entrance hall for that area. One of the things we're talking about is wrapping this column and having some type of shelves on it for charging stations for everybody's phones and iPads and everything else. So that's something we're adding as well. And if we come down this way, this is one of the two doors in this area. This is a new emergency exit door that dumps out right there by the circle driveway there. Normally won't be used. I mean, it can, but it's just for emergency purposes primarily. Then you can see here's a long corridor that goes all the way up to the north side of this wing, and we'll walk through that area eventually. But higher ceilings, wide hallways. It's 5-foot wide hallway, and actually flares out a little bit right in this area. So we've got no obstructions or anything. And this is one big room, but it will have an accordion door in the middle to divide it. And Suzanne, this will be the
Junior high room.
Junior high room. That way, when they want to, they can close the accordion doors and use them for two different activities, or just to concentrate the kids on one side or the other of that. The exterior walls and windows from our original wing, like where we're standing right now, used to be part of Pastor's office and Suzanne's office right next door. We've incorporated all of that, pushed the walls further to the east to make these, good sized classrooms. And here we have a new single person restroom with a shower stall over here on this side that's for everyone's use. Anyway, I've never had one in my office, but we'll have a shower accessible for those people that want to take advantage of that. This is another one of the classrooms here. Do you know what this one's going to be?
First and second grade Sunday school.
First and second grade Sunday school will be here. These will all have higher ceilings than what our old wing was, so that'll be helpful. Of course, new ductwork for all the new HVAC and everything that's required, new electrical, so all of our systems will be up to date. One of the major things we did is we pushed this wall out where the mechanical closet in here to make this corridor wider and enlarge that mechanical space for all the air handling units that are in there. And this room here will be the
Club 345 room.
Club 345 room. One of the things we're doing in here, because of the ductwork that has to go all around all four sides of this, is those will be enclosed, and then once you get about 2 foot into the room, then there'll be a tray ceiling going up to the support beams there. So it'll be a higher ceiling height in here, and I think will be a nice look. So we're having to do that in certain areas because of all the ductwork, and we, of course, can't raise the roof. So that's one change. But be a nice size. And we have another large classroom here, which will be
This will be for pre-K kindergarten.
Okay, so pre-K and kindergarten. So again, large space, give us a lot of usable space for all of our youth activities of various ages. This was Jacob's office in part here. The volunteer office was over here. And then Steve Short's classroom was over there. So it's made for a lot more room for us that I think will be, is needed. Again, another large classroom. This will be
for preschool and very young children.
Preschool and very young children. So, and it's going to be handy right off of our northwest entrance, which is going to be our covered entrance when it's done. So we can take a look at that when we get a moment. You probably, if you've been attending live services, you've been seeing the steel structure for that covered walkway going up out there. They're working on it more even today and forming up the concrete. That will be our new covered drop-off spot rather than the southwest entrance, for people working through that. And we'll have to figure out the traffic pattern of how that's going to work coming and going. New parking lot out here in this area as well that's getting torn, has been torn out, drain away from the building, all the things that's required with that. And this is another classroom here which will have some glass wall in it, which is going to be...
This is going to be a Sunday school teacher kind of office, as well as where the Sunday school ticket store will live.
Oh, most important thing, the Sunday school ticket store. So kids, that's where you'll need to come. I'm sure y'all are excited about that. So that's the classrooms that we've added. And coming out here, we're back at the original northwest entrance. Exterior wise, those doors, in that area won't change. The configuration in this area does quite a bit, as I hope you can see here. And if we go out here, we can see the covered walkway. One of the changes that was made just recently is originally the sidewalk was called out to be 5 foot wide, and we didn't think that was wide enough, so we're going out to where it's going to be 11 foot wide, all the way out, even with those columns and beyond. We felt like just for people coming and going that was more important. Plants weren't going to grow in what was intended as beds, because it's all covered. So it's just going to be a lot wider area, give people cover as they come and go. One of the things right now that we've done to protect things, the contractor put up temporary walls here that cover the doors and the windows and all that at the back end of the sanctuary, so that's all covered during construction. And then also surrounds the curved stairway, which does stay. There was some confusion, I think, among some members that was going to be taken out, but it's not. That's kind of a trademark for here, so it will be left. And I'll walk over there and we can talk about where the catwalk connecting the second floor music room to the choir loft is going to be, because I think that's been another area of confusion of being hard to visualize. One of the things too is this corridor right here, when we get done, this wall that's here, which right now there's a wall on the other side that I think it confused some people. This will be taking out, the opening will be cut in, and we'll have a long corridor that'll run from this side all the way over to the new reception desk, past the new bathrooms, the elevator and all that. So we'll have a great connecting hallway here. I think some people thought maybe this was a permanent wall that we've got down there by the new bathrooms, but that's not the case. One of the things too, this is the area where the new bridge that will connect the new second floor music practice room that's upstairs in phase 1 to the choir loft, which is part of phase 2. So they're doing preparations in this area so that we start putting that bridge in across there. That will be closed on the south side of that walk, but open on the north side, which is the side closest to where the stairs are. So when you walk across there, you'll be able to look down and see the stairway that will be there. I think visually it'll be a nice effect on them. Then in here, this is where the old kitchen was. This is where the new kitchen's installed. Watch out there, Suzanne, you don't run into that. Where we put in a new serving line. So this will have a shelf on, if I remember right, it's at least 18 inches wide. I think it's actually 24 inches wide here. And then there's 24 plug-ins on 2 or maybe even 3 electrical circuits. That way for chili cook-offs or anything else along those lines, potlucks, that electrical, crock pots or whatever can be plugged in. There's actually 2 entrances to that area. There's this one here to my right, and then there's a second one here to my left. Right now, it's covered up because of the temporary wall that they have in place between what was the courtyard and the original fellowship hall, but it'll be opened up. It's already framed there, it's on the other side of this wall. But that way it's a nice wide shelf, good access, good coming and going. The doors in this area extra wide, they're 3'6" wide. So for moving carts or large trays or anything like that, should be much more convenient for everyone involved. We also made this a foot wider than it originally was, so that trying to eliminate choke points as much as possible, again, of people coming and going to the kitchen area. And then this is a complete new kitchen. This has been completed since early in phase 1 because we had to have this area, all the work and a lot of replumbing done during phase 1 so we'd be able to get to it. So it's been a lady in waiting, so to speak, for ever since construction began on phase 1 pretty much. But we've already got the stainless steel duct and everything that's going in there for that, sitting here waiting, and then all the appliances that Floyd and company have selected. I think they're in town, and when we get to a point where they can safely be installed, then we'll have those. So it's nice work areas, commercial grade appliances, things like that that'll be really, very workable for our congregation. Okay. Again, this area here was our old fellowship hall. The French doors we walked through were originally, part of that. It'll be a little bit narrower this way because of our new entrance corridor over there on the far side where you see the doors leaning up against. But it's going to be way deeper. It'll go, incorporate that whole courtyard that we used to have will now be enclosed and be part of the building. So it'll give us a really great area over here. For gathering places, we'll have this area, and then we'll have Fellowship East, where we can host a lot of events and give staff and all of our membership, a lot of flexibility in how the facilities are going to be used. We go back here towards the sanctuary. I'll give you an update on what the property committee's working on. You can't see anything, but I think most members will be very happy to hear, because that was a strong desire that leadership felt like we needed to do. Unfortunately, financial-wise, through COVID and everything else, you all have been very generous to where we can afford to do the upgrades in the sanctuary that we hope to do. So one of the things, the most important thing is the existing skylights, which are way past their design life, are going to be replaced. They're working on a couple different options, of one of similar shape to what's there, but new inserts. The other is that we replace that entire structure with a geodesic type dome. The colors and everything are going to be very compatible with the east window that's in the sanctuary, to where it fits with that, but is structurally safe for beyond our lives. Also, we're going to replace the flooring in there. Because it has asbestos in it, so they'll have to, when they remove it, have to do asbestos remediation. And it's a perfect time to do it, because you can't have that around, and it takes a while to do that. So it's like, if we can do it, the perfect time to do it when the sanctuary isn't available anyway, and the organ's all wrapped up and protected, so we don't have to worry about anything related to that. Also, besides the flooring, the plan is to replace the seat cushions, in there as well in the pews, so that we'll have, that way this part has been touched, because originally budget-wise we couldn't plan on doing that. So I'm thrilled that we're able to do that, because it seemed to be a great desire among all of you, and we all agree with that. So the property committee, I know, has been working, having weekly meetings just about on that, and just a lot of work being done on that to get that done. We're trying to coincide it in a COVID world with all the lead times to have that completed when this is completed. But if not, the sense seems to be that everyone seems to be enjoying Fellowship East or worshiping in there. So like I said, we hope to have them all done at the same time, but if not, it's not the end of the world for us. It's all going to be shiny new when we're all done. Anything I've overlooked, Suzanne?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time and patience, and all your encouragement you've been giving all to us during construction and everything that's been going on. And hang in there with us, and it will be done. Thank you very much.